G'day and welcome to this week's Frybat, Friday Beers and Tools. This week we got another zero beer to try. Hopefully it's better than last week's. Those that know me and have watched the channel for a while know that I quite like James Squire beers. So James Squire has now come out with a zero alcohol beer. So James Squire tasting notes suggest that it is a craft lager, a pale lager with roasted malt flavours. It has an IBU of 8 and an alcohol beer volume of less than 0.05%. It is an expertly crafted full flavour alcohol free beer with a balance of malt and hop notes for a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for any social occasion where you want full flavour without the alcohol. And I've just realised that this is not a twist top, so I've got to go and get my opener. Stand by. Back with the trusty opener. All right. Wish me luck. Happy Friday. First impressions are good. It's got a good malty taste actually. It still lacks something, alcohol. Yeah, that too. No, flavour wise, it's still, compared to a beer with alcohol in it, it still lacks something, and I'm not sure why. Malt and hops are definitely there, and it's got flavour compared to last week's, which was, this is actually quite drinkable. Is it up to James Squire's normal standards of beer, which there's a lot of James Squire beers that I really like? No. Is it something that you could actually have have out if you were driving, or like me on the wagon at the moment? Yeah. I wouldn't be drinking it for its flavour. It's not what I would call a terrific tasting beer. But I guess if you balance that with the fact that it's a zero alcohol beer, and zero alcohol beers have their place in society, I get it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to an old bloke like me, but I get it. There is a niche for zero alcohol beers. And I guess if you want to stand around having a beer with your mates at the pub or at a party or whatever, and not be, for whatever reason, not be taking in any alcohol, it fits the bill. It tastes like a lot of beers. It's still lacking something. And no, not just the alcohol. I'm not sure. It's drinkable. It's certainly 100 times better than last week's. If you're interested in seeing a beer that you shouldn't buy, I'll put a link up here. James Squires makes good beer. I really hope I'm not putting some sort of preconception or preconceived ideas about a zero alcohol beer not having enough flavour, but it's not bad, it's just not great. All right, brass tacks. What do we rate the James Squire Zero? I'm going to say it's a 2.5 out of 5 spanners. I'm probably being a little harsh. Maybe 3. Let's say 3 spanners out of 5. It's not something that I would rave about, but if I was an occasion where I had to have a non-alcoholic beer, I could drink it. Yeah, 3 out of 5. Okay. This week we have another product from Amazon, and there was a little bit of, oh, hello dog, how are you? Hello viewers. Maverick the Wonder Dog. Hello, mate. You were just having a little sleep and you thought you'd make an appearance, didn't you? There was a little bit of necessity in this. My faithful old battery charger of probably 15 years, like most things electronic, runs on smoke, and the other day I let the smoke out of it, and it's really not worth trying to fix these things anymore. I probably have the capability. Do I have the time? No, not really. Got a lot of other things I need to do with my time. And so my old faithful is probably going to go in the trash. Haven't thrown it out yet. If you're like me, and you probably have a whole heap of things that you probably should throw out, but you don't. Anyway, NOCO is a brand that is fairly new to Australia, and of course my American and North American viewers will probably know it quite well. It's been around in the States for quite a long time, but it is fairly new to Australia, and I guess that probably coincides with Amazon and the likes in the last few years to Australia. NOCO make a range of products from battery chargers to jump starters and things like that, and from all intents and purposes I'd heard good things about it. So when NOCO started advertising on Amazon an Australian version of their charger, I thought I'll give it a go, especially since it was on special. No, it wasn't. This was $187 delivered, and that's comparable with a lot of Australian available chargers as well. So this model is the NOCO Genius 10 AU, AU specifying that it has the Australian plug, and it is a 10 amp charger. It is capable of charging 6 volt and 12 volt batteries, and probably most importantly, my old charger was not capable of charging lithium ion batteries, and I am in the process of setting up a lithium ion battery system for Project Natasha for the big trip that my son and I are going to do to the very top of Australia next year. As per usual, the box is childproof. A box within a box. Why do they do this? It is a heavy little sucker. Weighs 3.99 pounds. I don't know what that is in kilos. That's just what Amazon tells me. Oh. All right, what do you get in the box? 3-year warranty. That's pretty good. Very nice. Can't see an IP rating on it, but very nice. Appears to be very nicely sealed charger itself. Oh goodness, even comes with a bracket to be able to attach it to your wall. Most importantly for us Australians, an AU plug, and the fact that, remember, in the US everything pretty much is 110 volt, whereas in Australia it's 240 volt. So buying something from Amazon US and bringing it into Australia like a NOCO from Amazon US is not a usable option because we don't have any 110 volt power supplies. It does have a plug-in pair of alligator charging leads, and this is very similar system to another product that I've used before, the C-Tech chargers in Australia. I'm not sure whether they're available worldwide, but they're certainly very popular in Australia. You can actually buy some connections to go straight to your battery, and then it's just a matter of plugging them in, which is particularly handy for cars that don't get driven very often, like Marilyn. But this one, I bought this for the primary purpose of being a fast 10 amps, not exactly a fast charger, By today's standards, you can get 25 amp charges in 240 volt systems. But certainly 10 amps will do most of what you want. All right, on the front of the NOCO panel, you have a mode selection for 12 volt AGM or absorbed glass matte batteries and 12 volt lithium. Then if you continue to press, it goes down to 6 volt AGM. It also can be used as a 12 volt supply, and it has a 12 volt repair function. So what do they, hello again dog, what do they have to say about the Genius 10AU? It's very similar to our G7200AU, just better. It's 17% smaller and delivers over 115% more power. It's the all-in-one universal charging solution, battery charger, battery maintainer, trickle charger, float charger, plus battery desulfator. Do more with Genius, designed for 6 volt and 12 volt sealed lead acid automotive, marine, RV, power sport and deep cycle batteries, including flooded, gel, AGM, sealed lead acid, VRLA and maintenance free, plus lithium ion batteries or LiFePO4 batteries. Enjoy precision charging. An integrated digital thermal sensor detects the ambient temperature and alters the charge to eliminate overcharging in hot climates and undercharging in cold climates. Charge dead batteries. Charge dead batteries as low as 1 volt. Now that's an interesting thing that I'm going to try with it, because I've got an old car battery that came out of Maryland and it was fairly new. Unfortunately, I left it connected too long and it dropped a cell. Be interesting to see whether this can resurrect it. I doubt whether it will. Generally, once a battery drops a cell, it's throw it away, start again, recycle it. Restore your battery. An advanced battery repair mode uses slow pulse reconditioner technology to detect battery sulfation and acid stratification to restore lost battery performance for stronger engine starts and extended battery life. Beyond maintenance, it's not just a battery trickle charger, it's an advanced battery charger maintainer, a fully automatic, worry-free smart battery charger for everyday use, 24/7 with zero overcharge. Compatible with all types of petrol and diesel vehicles. Well, of course it is, it makes no difference. It is 10 centimeters deep, 10 centimeters wide and 22.9 centimeters long. And as I mentioned, it weighs 3.99 pounds, which I don't know what the conversion is. I'll put that up here, what that is in kilos. It's got a bit of heft to it. Very nicely made. Appears to be very nice product. It is made in China, like everything nowadays, and I guess value for money. $187. Let me just do a quick scan and see what else is available in Australian market for that sort of price. Okay, quick look online. CTEC makes a 10 amp charger, however does not do lithium, so that's a big tick against it for starters. And it is currently available on special for $279. So this is much better value than the CTEC equivalent. There are some other minor brand products which probably are as good, probably made in China. However, they don't seem to charge lithium batteries either. And there's a couple in there for about $149, a little bit less than this. But as far as capability, being able to do so many different types of batteries, especially AGM and lithium ion batteries, that's a real bonus. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I chose it. I don't just buy things off Amazon willy-nilly, you know. I actually do a bit of research. And this was pretty good value at $187. So if we compare it to one of the, like I said, the biggest known brand in Australia probably is CTEC. The fact that the equivalent 10 amp can't charge lithium ion batteries and is $274, reduced down from $519 retail, makes this pretty good value at $187. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 beers for value. For functionality, the fact that it does so many different types of batteries, I think automatically gives it a 5 out of 5 as well. I will be using it on that dead battery just to see if it can revive it. It would be interesting to do that little test. So I'll get back to you about that in a future episode. As per usual, I will put a link down in the description below where you can buy the NOCO Genius 10 AU. That doesn't cost you anything, but if you choose to use that link, the channel does get a little bit back from Amazon, which helps me make videos like this for you. Anyway, that's it for this week. My zero beer, it's not bad. That's it for this week. Thanks for coming along on a Friday afternoon, having a beer with me. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like, share and subscribe, and leave some comments. I love getting comments, and it does make a difference to the YouTube algorithm. When people make comments and like videos, it promotes my video a little bit higher above other videos similar. So please leave a comment, even if it's just, hey, that sounds really cool, that charger, I might look into it, or that beer sounds like crap, I'm not going to buy it. Please just drop us a comment. I love getting comments, and I answer every single one, and I'll continue to do so until I have 1 million subscribers. Oh, that's a big thing to say. Anyway, doesn't matter. Have a great weekend. See you next week. Cheers.